everybody. Good evening. Namaste, everybody. Good evening. Very warm welcome to today's special satsang at the School of Ancient Wisdom. The series is called The Spiral of Wisdom, that was started by Ma Manize many years back, founder of the School of Ancient Wisdom. So before we start off, may I request Swati to say the school prayer?
Sure, sir. Thank you. Good evening. O hidden life, vibrant in every atom, O hidden light, shining in every creature, O hidden love, embracing all in oneness, may each who feels himself as one with thee know he is also one with every other. Thank you.
Thank you, Swati. I would also seek the blessings of the Guru.
Okay.
So that I would also seek the blessings of the Guru so that today's satsang goes up very well. It's a very nice speaker that we have today. So please sit straight with your back, neck, and head aligned. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Let our inner Guru, let our inner guiding light, our higher selves, guide us to get the best value from the satsang today. Thank you. So before we start off, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our special speaker today. He's a famous militman of India. I have read about him, I've heard about him, I've watched his YouTube videos, and it just feels like as if he's suddenly materialized from the YouTube videos to have him in our midst today to give a brief introduction to Dr. Khadar Vali ji, a renowned Indian organic farmer and environmentalist. He is celebrated for his pioneering work in sustainable agriculture, often referred to as the Millet Man of India, as I said. He has dedicated over 3 decades to promoting organic farming practices and preserving traditional agricultural knowledge. Hailing from the Kadapa district in Andhra Pradesh, Dr. Vali has played a pivotal role in advocating millet cultivation as a healthy and eco-friendly alternative to conventional crops, while also championing the environmental benefits of organic farming, something that is extremely urgently required in the current times. A recipient of the prestigious Padma Shri, Dr. Vali's innovative approach to farming focuses on soil health, water conservation, and the reduction of chemical use. His efforts have not only transformed local agricultural practices, but also influenced national policies on sustainable farming. Amazing. Through his work, Dr. Vali has inspired countless farmers across India to adopt organic techniques, ensuring the preservation of the environment and promoting healthier agricultural practice for future generations. So once again, a very warm welcome to our School of Ancient Wisdom Satsang today. I'm your host, Ramesh RK, and it gives me great pleasure to hand over the podium to Dr. Khadar. Khadarji. Over to you. Please unmute. We can't hear you if you're on mute. You're still on mute. Yeah.
Yes. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can
sir.
you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You can?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yes.
I would like to keep this very brief. because you could ask more questions and things. So I'll just give you a small brief introduction as to what my objective is, why all this started. The simple reason why our food practices is corporatized. There is no food on this planet which is natural right now. I mean, it's absolute shame on people's part that we are in this condition. And the agricultural practices are the sole reason why we have lost biodiversity, soil fertility, rivers going haywire, and global warming. All these things are put together to our food, the way we are producing in centralized fashion coffee, tea, sugarcane, liquor, and rice, wheat, meat. All these are not at all food that the human race should be utilizing. And we are in trouble as far as health is concerned. And sadly, the experts of all the different departments are not connecting these things together and say that we are unhealthy because what we are eating. And sadly, including our ancient wisdom people like Ayurveda Pandits are not coming to the right point. Instead, they are hovering in the periphery. So unless your food is right, there is no health on this planet, not only for human beings. The whole planet is suffering because all living things are connected. So the holistic view of living on this planet is absolutely out of control. It's corporatized food producing few of the products that these corporates want, and all over the planet has to eat the same food, and we have lost health. Now we have type 1 diabetes in the kids around 6 to 8%. 8% of the kids are born mentally retarded. 8% of the kids are ADHD. 8% of the kids are physically handicapped. 8% of the kids have hole in the heart. So we are producing dysfunctional kids. Approximately 40 to 50% of the kids are born like this in the last 20 years all over the planet. And it is because of our food. So there was a necessity for me as a scientist, and I have declared myself as independent scientist. If I am connected to any organization, the whole idea of speaking the truth is at jeopardy. So what we are eating is not food. We are lacing the food with chemicals and poisons and then continue to eat. And the experts of the health do not speak about this. And there is no connection. So if your food is right, actually, God's will, we should not have any diseases. And our food is wrong, no amount of medicines can help you. So this is the tagline that I generally tend to stick to. Can we be healthy without medicines? Is the question that I have asked myself. So the answer is staring at you. That if you avoid all these modern day foods and food practices, you will be healthy, as simple as that. And then it was very easy for me to look back at the history of human race, how the food evolved, and then obviously it was the millets, which are actually C4 grasses. There are around 6,000 varieties of C4 grasses, out of which 200 varieties can be our grains, and which now no one talks about. Slowly and steadily, we have just killed all these seeds also, all over the world. So if we get back to our original food, of course, there are a lot of so-called scientific myths created by these corporates, saying that humans were hunters and gatherers. But before they hunted and gathered, what could they do is to just get the C4 grasses into their hands. So that means humans were not meat eaters. They were actually grass and grains they were eating. And this particular fact is recently corroborated in the archaeological findings that the Kadaba, it is called Kadaba excavations in African continent, clearly established that the humans belonging to, I think, 40,000, 45,000 years ago or something, they ate C4 grasses and the grains. That was what found in their dental and mouth reminiscence. So before even these guys became hunters and gatherers, for hundreds and thousands of years, humans ate millets. Even before they discovered tubers, many people in our context, they say kandamulalu. Even before the tubers were considered as food, millets were our food, the grasses, C4 grasses, because they form meadows of lakhs of acres, meadows of green meadows, that is C4 grasses. So anywhere and everywhere, any human being, any animal could get their food. But over a period of time, in the name of corporatization and science and development, we all think it's not food for us. It's food for birds and food for pigs, food for animals. That is the sad story of human race. Last 100, 150 years, in the name of green revolution, we removed the real grain that actually encourages our gut health, gut microbes, microbial balance, that is called, and the glucose balance. The most important thing is homeostasis of the blood. That is, the glucose concentration in your bloodstream has to be maintained at a steady level of 5 grams per 5 liters, which modern day food does not succeed. That's why you have sickness. So you keep doctors telling you can spoil the homeostasis and come back to us. We will give you this medicine, we'll give you homeopathy medicine, we'll give you that medicine. They are all temporary and peripheral operations that cannot give you health in its true sense. So unless you release glucose slowly and steadily to maintain the homeostasis of the blood, only then you can impart health. Because it is the blood which flows through every nook and corner of your body and giving the nutrition and then collecting the trash you have created, the toxic morbid waste. So this should be the definition of our food. Until today, no one has even ventured to define our food. We are trying to say different colors of the food, different this, different that. But whatever you eat, the true definition of your food should be maintain the balance of blood homeostasis. And the highest solute in the blood is glucose. So you disturb that by eating rice, wheat, sugar, meat, all this, you are going to become sick. Simple solution is to avoid the modern day foods and get back to our traditional grains. There were more than 200. Luckily, when I came back in 1991 once and 97 permanently to India, we have managed to revive at least the 5 important grains which can touch our health completely. And we have been very successful in reversing many of these modern day diseases, including type 1 diabetes, diabetes, BP, thyroid, rheumatism, all these are names connected to three imbalances: microbial imbalance, hormonal imbalance, and glucose imbalance. So we correct these three imbalances in our body, you will be healthy. And that's what we have found in thousands and thousands of diseased conditions. And we have diligently worked for the different diseases of the humankind of modern day living. And we have come up with the protocols that they can adopt in their kitchens and then become healthy. And that's what is happening. And we have all the information on PDF, which is neither patented nor copyright and copyleft. It's free for everyone. Everyone should be healthy. And this is the core of millets. They impart health for you, and they impart health for the soil. Unlike rice and wheat and sugarcane, when you put water fertilizers, the soil becomes completely barren. It kills the microbes, it increases the salt concentration, and a lot of technical problems it creates. And once you grow millets, there is no need for water. The birds come in flocks, they bless your soil with their droppings. The regenerative, replenishing the soil fertility begins in a matter of 2 to 3 seasons. Your soil is back with health. All the wonderful things will start happening. So we have trained a lot of farmers. You don't need to build dams and change the environmental equations on the earth. No pressures, no issues. All the diversified living things can get back to their life without disturbing you or you disturbing them. So the human animal conflicts, all these are created by the present day corporatization of food and urbanization of human race. So these two issues are the main issues for the planet, because the urbanization increases the centralized productions and corporatization of food. And the whole city culture, urban culture, garners, and we spiral into degenerative processes. Health, water consumption increases, soil fertility goes away, biodiversity goes away, toxic morbid waste accumulates everywhere on this planet. So all these issues are not many problems. This is one problem, that is not able to manage food properly and creating all the problems. So the solution for the human planet is to change the food, and we will change life on this planet itself. So this is in short, and I would post a video which actually I have done. I've given to Karthik. I don't know whether he has. And if you all have time, you can make that video play and watch. Or when I come to the program, there is supposed to be a program in the end of this month. We will discuss this in more expansive way. Okay. So you guys have any doubts, please do shoot.
Thank you so much, Dr. Khadar. How long is your video, by the way?
6 to 8 minutes.
We definitely have time to play that now.
Karthik, is Karthik in the meeting?
Yes, is that Mr. Karthik?
Hey, Karthik.
Yeah, I am here. I am here.
Can you play that video, sustainable video?
Wait, I'll send it to Swati. One second.
Sure.
Meanwhile, I think there are some questions.
Yeah, you can go on questions. No problem. Go ahead.
Well, just to read Aparnaji's question, she says she's made notes from your interviews on Shloka YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And you have said that today's milk has to be avoided because of the way it is produced and the hormones in it.
Milk is not for anything. Milk is not your food. Your mother's milk is your food.
So
as simple
says
as that.
So she's 47 years old and has been diagnosed with osteoporosis at the same time. So I would like to stop milk and consume till oil daily as cooking oil instead for calcium.
Yeah, you can take
would this
till
be
milk.
a correct?
You can actually take till milk.
Till milk.
Yeah.
I see.
Till milk.
Interesting.
Very good.
Is that very expensive?
Very good source of.
And of course, I also started consuming millets on a regular basis, but I have not shifted completely from rice and wheat. I'm trying to make it at least 50% millets and 50% rice wheat in the week to start off with. What I do is I soak millets for about 8 hours overnight, and I find that really helps the next day. But I've also noticed that if I just have millets, it's kind of heavy. I don't know if it's gas, but there's a heavy feeling. And I was told that I had to eat more vegetables, more fiber when I'm consuming millets.
No. It's all wrong information you have. Millets has the highest form of fiber. Vegetables do not have fiber. They have very less fiber. On top of it, it is immature fiber. Vegetables, if you want to have enough fiber, you need to consume at least 6 kilos to 10 kilos of vegetables, which is not the case. See, the problem you all have is your gut microbes are not there. So first you have to improve your gut microbes health. So that there is a particular technique called fermented porridge, ambali. So first you drink a tumbler of ambali and then eat millet food. You can eat 3 times to start with. After that, you would slowly evolve into eating 2 times. You should eat only 2 times a day. In fact, as you grow old, eat once a day is the best way of living and real conservation of all things put together. You are the healthiest if you eat once a day. Okay, given you eat twice.
Can I share the video?
Yeah, please go ahead. Play it. Hey, not this. This one, right one. That's the right one.
My next question to you, sir, is...
No, not this.
Sustainability and growth go...
Hey, Karthik, I sent you just now. I have sent you all the videos before also. Oh, there are hundreds of videos.
Yo, I'm just sharing. I'm just sharing that one which you sent, sir. Just now I'm doing.
Karthik sir, I have even given you co-host access and even you can share as well.
Okay, but I'm accessing from phone. I'm so sorry for that.
No worries.
I just sent you.
Yeah, the question that you asked is, if you fill your gut microbes the right way, then you will not have absolutely any problem at all. And eating rice and wheat will only take you backwards. So the sooner you change to complete a millet meal, the better you are.
How is ambali difficult to prepare? Is it easy to get?
It's the easiest thing. Just soak 5 grams of siridhanya, one of them, either kodo or little or just 5 grams. Soak for 8 hours in half liter of water.
Okay.
And cook 15 minutes and tie it in a mud pot for 8 hours and then drink. That's it.
Is this
Ramesh
the
sir, we,
one?
Yeah, this is the one. Go ahead.
It is time we as a human race answered this question honestly. How can we put food on the table for all? In other words, ensure food security for everyone. We may use missiles to face threat from outside, but it is really food that comforts us in every situation. Having food on the table means we find the food that grows easily, is low cost because it can grow everywhere, that's easy and gentle on resources, that keeps us healthy. Food that can feed us today and many generations beyond. Ensuring food for everyone on the planet is also about food management systems used. What this means is who controls seeds and decisions like what to grow, how much to store, what is the plan for distribution, and how far the food travels. The thing to understand is whether local food varieties, grains, vegetables, plants are allowed to flourish, and farmers and local communities have an important role in deciding what they want to grow and eat. It is time we get concerned and ask if the food system is low cost, gives easy and quick access to food both in war and peace. Is it one that is sustainable? We can get answers very easily by looking at what we are eating and see if it checks off all criteria for food security. The foods that we have been focusing most on in the last 100 years or so is wheat and rice. The largest portion of food that most of us eat through the day today is either wheat or rice or both. Now let's see how wheat and rice do on the food security score. Wheat and rice use billions of dollars worth of pesticides and synthetic fertilizers. The reason why soil fertility has eroded worldwide, and we notice loss of taste in fruits and vegetables today. Wheat and rice are guzzlers of natural resources as well. Did you know that 8 to 10,000 liters of water is needed to produce 1 kg of wheat or rice? This is an important reason why water resources are depleted all across the globe. In India, in Punjab, the cradle of Green Revolution, there will be no water in 16 years to continue growing wheat and rice. Most varieties of wheat and rice that are grown have been genetically modified and endanger health. It is also no secret that wheat and rice increase blood sugar. They are both linked to rapidly rising diabetes. Disease is a natural outcome of such voluminous consumption we see today of wheat and rice. So with huge demand of fertilizers, pesticides and water, eroding soil fertility and rising disease, how does wheat and rice go on food security? Now let's look at the management system that controls crops and farming practices. Today we have a central authority with policies that favor growing wheat and rice in select areas and shipping it everywhere. The centralized system has been pushing heavily farming of wheat, rice, along with corn and soy in the last several decades. Corn and soy farming is driven in large part by need for animal feed for the rising meat industry. Along with imbalanced crop choices, the food management systems are driving use of a well-known endocrine toxin, glyphosate, to put in both seeds and soil. The rising trend in farming of wheat, rice, soy and corn has gobbled more than 1 million square kilometers of land in the past 2 decades. Where did this land come from? Yes, many forests have been cut and turned into cropland. As we are losing forests, we are heading towards catastrophic climate change. How climate change? Because it is forests that primarily do the job of removing carbon from the air and storing it in the wood, plant matter, and under the soil. With such monumental scale of deforestation, focus on a handful of crops and ignoring local food varieties, we are losing biodiversity. Healthful grains and plants are getting sidelined, even going extinct. With huge needs for resources and no seed control, farmers' debts and dependencies are rising. These are huge costs that we are paying for growing these crops, but subsidies offered on them hide these costs. Storage is an impractical and expensive option. So with political instability or war, areas get shut off and become inaccessible for shipments from far-flung places. So with a centralized management system with focus on just 4 or 5 major crops that guzzle resources, promotion of pesticide and GMO technology, looming climate crisis, depleting biodiversity, rising farmer debt, no food access in case of war, what kind of food security do we have? So how can we have food security? Millets, which are C4 grasses, is the perfect answer to food security. Padma Shri Dr. Khadar Vali's groundbreaking work for over 2 decades proves this without a doubt. Millets can grow everywhere. C4 grasses come with genetic mapping that helps them survive easily in 10 to 50 degrees temperature range. They are ready to harvest in 3 to 4 months. They do not need any fertilizers and pesticides and in fact restore soil fertility in 3 to 4 years. There are many varieties of millets. Restoring these ancient grains as a key food will restore the lost biodiversity and build a vibrant ecosystem good for us and the health of the planet. With millets, we don't have to cut down forests. In fact, we can restore the ones we have lost. While 1 kg rice can be eaten by 5 people, 1 kg millets can be fed to 10. Millets are very light on water resources and need 40 times less water than rice to grow. No ecologically disturbing dams are necessary with millets. If Punjab switches entirely to millets, it can have food for another 600 years, even more. In fact, it can feed the entire country. Also important to note, millets can feed 3 times the world population today. Since every region, including barren lands, can grow millets, every place can become self-reliant. No long-distance transportation or shipment is then necessary. These ancient grains, with their high fiber content, give 100% glucose balance. Dr. Khadar's research clearly proves that these grains reverse and prevent diabetes and in fact many other conditions. How do small millets then score on food security? So what can we do? The answer is staring us in the face. What about the government? Here are Dr. Khadar's suggestions. Missiles may protect us from outside, but millets is the answer to internal security and global hunger problem. They are our sustenance for the future, just as they were for several centuries in the past. If the hunger is taken care of, perhaps there may not be any need for missiles.
Yeah, go ahead, ask your questions.
Thank you, Doctor. That was very nice, very interesting. It's quite a revolution, actually, what you're proposing. To just round off that last question, many, especially elderly people amongst our friends and relatives, I've heard them say that millets are difficult to digest. To which I heard that the solution is to soak them for 8 hours. So how do you, Geeta ji, could you mute your, Geeta ji, could you mute your audio? So yes. So coming back to the question, so solution to that would be to soak it for 8 hours, is it, Dr. Khadar? How do we? Because older people keep saying it's difficult to digest. How would you respond to that?
There are two aspects to this. One is your gut microbes are not there. So before you eat any food, first build up your gut microbes. Gut microbes, 2.2 kilos it should be. In 1950, human gut had 2.2 kilos of symbiotic bacteria and microbes. Now we have 1.1 kilos. Whether you're old or young, the basic problem is microbial imbalance. So who can fulfill, who can fill, who can replenish is millet ambali. Millet ambali is so easy to make. Take 5 grams of millets, soak in half liter of water. It should be a very thin porridge. It is drinkable. You have to drink it. Cook it 15 minutes. Tie a muslin cloth to a mud pot so that the fermentation takes place. The microbes come. It is aerobic microbial fermentation, not anaerobic like your curds. It is only one bacteria, lactobacillus. It has 1,000 times less capable of doing anything in your tummy. So many people who think bacteria means, oh, lactobacillus, we take curds and we are good. No, you are not. So you take ambali. After 8 hours of fermentation, drink that first. After 5 minutes, you make food from the same millet that you have made ambali and eat. Within 3 weeks, your problems are all going away. And many people think they are not digesting because they do not feel hungry. If you eat millets once, you will not feel hungry because they are taking care of your glucose slowly and steady. And sad story is, people are used to eating rice and wheat. Every 2 hours you are hungry, you think you are doing good. That is sickness. So if you eat once, you should not be hungry again for at least 8 to 10 hours. And that's what happens in millets. And that's what we are thinking we are not digesting. This is wrong conception and perception. 2, once you make your gut microbes strong, then you will have no disease to ask for, and nothing will come to you. No corona, no infectious diseases, no cough, no cold, all absolutely disappear from your body. I hardly remember, I don't know, I don't remember when I had coughed or when I had cold.
How old are you, Dr. Khadar?
I'm
Now?
done with 67. I'm running 68.
Amazing.
68.
So,
Right.
when you said amazing, truly.
And
So when you said
nobody,
3 weeks,
Ramesh ji, I
Yeah, 3
just wanted
weeks
to add.
sets you going. Anyone, in fact, I have 80-year-old cancer patient started on Ambali. This is a patient given up by all the so-called doctors. He had liver and pancreas affected, not able to drink water also. They came to us, and in ambulance they brought him, and we gave him the Ambali starting. Within 3 weeks, he got up, he started walking, and he lived for 8 years. And on 88, his age 88, just last before a month, he passed away, not because of any problem, because of some accident. So I have answered you all your questions. Old age, all things put together. So it's nothing to do age. It is something to do with balance, microbial balance, glucose balance, hormonal balance. And milk imbalances you hormonally. Other animal milk, cow's milk is meant for cow's calf, not for you.
So if we have 3 weeks of Ambali, how frequently do we have to consume it subsequently? Is it
At
just a
least
one-time
once a day.
consumption?
No, I would rather take 2 times Ambali, morning once, evening once, and then eat my food after that, 5 minutes later. This practice, if you do for 6 months, according to me, people have lost their gut microbes so badly that you need 6 months to establish healthy gut microbes. Afterwards, even if you do not take twice a day, once a day you continue for another 5-6 months, and then even if you miss for a week, you will be okay. So you build up slowly.
So it must be a regular practice.
I advise without Ambali once, don't eat food.
In the continuation to that, I want to know this Ambali, do we need to consume it in any certain sequence of millets, or we can randomly pick up any millet?
No,
for a particular
random things do not work. You need to be strictly, religiously follow a particular pattern.
Okay.
If I have no disease, even then I need to follow 5 millets, 2 days each in an order.
Okay.
You write down whatever order randomly you can write down, but follow it strictly.
Okay.
Am I answering your question?
Yes, sir. So, sir, actually, I'm 100% on millets, and I do follow a sequence of the millets. And every 2 day, 2 days each, like you mentioned, I do that.
But if you are a sick person, you have diabetes, you have cancer, you have thyroid, then we have protocols. Diligently worked out one after the other, which should come later and which should come first. That rotation cycle also we have designed, and we have given in the PDF that you can all get it. Karthik will give.
Yeah, I do not have any particular disease. It's out of the lifestyle choice that I switched to millets. I want to say I generally found that so once a day now I take Ambali, and the rest 2 meals I try to take. I take the same millets porridge or in the boiled form. But I have noticed that brown top generally takes a lot of time to digest. So is it like it's the nature
question
of
is, brown top, if you eat once, it will keep providing you energy for a longer period.
Okay.
Because it has more fiber and more carbohydrate than any other millets.
Okay. Because generally I noticed that I could only have 2 meals when the days I'm having brown top.
In fact, 1 meal is good enough.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
And
sir, for
it is
answering.
called Vrat ka chawal.
Okay.
That means you want to be on fast.
Okay, got it.
Eat this and you will not worry about food.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think I got my answers. Thank you so
And
much.
one more important information.
Yeah.
For all people who do not have, you have to steam your millet. Then the digestibility problems will disappear once for all.
Okay.
See, if you eat idli, dosa, no one will complain because you are steaming.
Yeah.
And if you steam your soaked rice first and then make your regular rice bath, all this, then you will have no problem. And especially North Indians will have problem because they make roti. They don't steam or cook. They're just roasting on the tawa.
No,
So
I generally
enough water is not opening up the fiber of the grain. That's why many people say, oh, I'm not digesting.
Okay.
So if you want to make roti, paratha and all, first soak them.
Please, एक बारी बात करने दो.
And then steam the grains and then dry the thing and then make powder.
So right.
Then you will have no problem at all.
I just wanted to add that everything will be taught in the workshop which is happening on January 3rd, 31st, 1st, 2nd. So I mean the whole philosophy of what Khadar sir have been doing from past 30 years is condensed with 3 days workshop. Please attend that workshop if you are available on those days. That gives you answers to everything. Like it's a complete workshop. Khadar sir can give little brief about it. It help everyone to understand what is it all about workshop.
Yeah.
Thank you for that information.
Yeah. So how to cook, how to do things, and we have designed. Actually, we need around 7 days modules. Each and everything that is consumed by human people, we have modules to discuss why that is so, why it should not be so, and all that. So including water, how to purify water, what is structured water, and why you need to use only structured water for cooking. All these issues that are making us sick, we have identified, we have defined, and we have scientifically designed the systems. And we have found most of our ancient practices are much more scientific than the present day systems. And that's why I keep saying ancient wisdom is beyond just, they're not practices, they're all science and art of living. So we call our system science and art of living. We tend to forget science of what our ancestors did, and we tend to stick to art and simply say art of living, this and that. But according to me, the science of living is absolutely endowed with what our ancient practices. So absolutely important that we start recognizing the science and talking the science to the next generations.
There was a question from, thank you for that, Kadarji. There was a question from Jyoti ji saying her mother gets bleeding from the nose if she eats millet even for 2 days. Any advice on this?
Yeah, Ambali. Start with Ambali, sir. Actually, the bleeding in the nose and gums is all basically a celiac disease, it is called, because if your tummy is not already, you get that. One way it is good for her because the blood pressure in the vessels is released through the epistaxis, they call it. That's good one way. And that means the blood vessels are all clogged up for her. So please start with Ambali, and in a matter of 3 weeks to 4 weeks, you will be fine.
Sir, how to make till milk, sir?
Oh, just soak 100 grams of till, wash it well and soak it for maybe 3-4 hours. That should be enough. And again, clean it well 2-3 times, and then put it in a mixie and grind it. Grind very nicely. If you have the mortar and pestle, that is a better way of doing, actually.
Okay.
Anyway, make the milk, because you're adding a lot of water. The heat is taken care of. And then filter it in a good muslin cloth, and you get the milk. That you can warm up, make it thin milk. So 100 grams, you can make almost 1 liter of milk, or 1.5 liters of milk.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
So 100 grams will give you the calcium equivalent to 1 liter of your milk.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
The so-called animal milk. Yeah.
Right.
Wonderful.
Good evening, sir. This is Divya.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm suffering from thyroid since my second pregnancy, second childbirth after the delivery. The thyroid problem has been started. So recently I had visited a Ayurvedic doctor. She is scared me that you're not supposed to eat millets. So now I'm scared to have millets.
I'm sorry to say that she has no idea. She doesn't know what millets are. Basically, we have cured lakhs of people through millets. Only you can cure thyroid problem. Please, there is a protocol in the book. You can comfortably start with Ambali, and then within 3 months, you can throw away all your medicines. Yeah.
Sure, sir. Thank you. So when is the workshop happening? I would like to attend.
I don't remember. This end of the month.
Is it online, sir?
No, there is no online.
Is it happening in Bangalore?
In this place.
Yes, it's happening at the School of Ancient Wisdom, Divyaji.
Okay, sir. Where is
the details you'll find on the poster? If you just scroll up the chat window, you'll find a little poster. It says 31st Jan to 2nd Feb at the School of Ancient Wisdom here in Bangalore. That is just beyond the airport trumpet flyover, for 5 minutes from there. That's the location.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
The numbers are also given there. Registration information, contact numbers. We'll get all the details.
So I have a question on oils. Which are the best oils to use for cooking?
All our oils are good if you produce it properly. No oil is bad.
Sorry to interrupt, sir.
No oil is bad if you produce it naturally. That is bull-driven oils. Safflower oil, till oil, Niger seed oil, groundnut oil, coconut oil, mustard oil. Depends on where you are. If you are in Punjab, they produce a lot of mustard because of the cold weather. So, and if you are in Kerala, you have coconut. And if you are in dry areas, you have groundnut and till. So all are good. Only thing is you should produce using the bull-driven ghani. That's all.
So the cold-pressed, wood-pressed is...
Cold-pressed, wood-pressed is 1,000 times less qualitatively compared to bull-driven.
Where do we get
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Ramesh, sir. I think we are nearing the time. I would like to share the, poster that we are going to conduct in the School of Ancient Wisdom.
Please do. Yes.
So, but coconut oil can't be bull-driven, right?
No, it's very good. Coconut oil is fantastic. We have cured Parkinson's, we have cured Alzheimer's with a different set of oils. No single oil can heal you. So it's a combination of these things.
Okay.
Diversified oil systems, diversified vegetables, diversified grains, diversified lentils. This is the way food, and you will get to know once you attend the course. Yeah.
So this is the course that is happening in the School of Ancient Wisdom from 31st Jan to 2nd February. Please drop your phone numbers or I'll share the details here. Thank you for attending.
Yeah, the program is conducted by Dr. Sarala. She's my daughter. She's a homeopathy doctor and she's a yoga teacher. And I didn't talk about yoga and so especially there are few yogasanas and some dhyana that also is going to be taught on this particular systems. Very important because health depends on sunlight. Actually, life on this planet depends on sunlight. So it has a direct impact on your skin and vitamin D3 and many other systems depend. So it's not just food alone that gives you complete health. Food plus sun and exercises, all that, the whole package is going to be presented step by step over many modules. I guess I am also attending one of the sessions. Yeah, that's how they have designed. Yeah.
Thank you, Khadarji. And Ramji, I believe, yes, I think Swati would have gotten your number. Swati has posted his number here in the chat window. So I suppose you will get the details. So to sum up, you basically said we have to soak the millets for about 8 hours. And then after that, we drain the water and steam the millets.
Yes.
And then prepare it like rice.
That
or grind it like
that there's a video on Millet Magic, Dr. Sarla, how to make that kind of rice. You can. It's all there in the social media.
Already shared the imbalances video and the Ambali video to the group on how to make it from Millets Magic.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Sir, is your clinic in Mysore?
I am in Mysore. I'm a Mysorean. Actually, everyone, I'm born in Kadapa, but I have nothing to do with Andhra Pradesh. I'm a hardcore Mysorean. I mean, I'm born, I'm born there, but the whole, my conscious life is all in Mysore.
Very nice, very nice.
Then we could have had this session in Kannada, sir.
ಹೌದಲ್ಲ ಐ ಡಿಂಟ್ ನೋ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ
The only thing is many people over here ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ
ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್
ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ
ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕನ್ನಡದವರು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಏನು
ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ವಿಸ್ಡಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಆಲ್ ಓವರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ
ಅಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡದವರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಖಂಡಿತ Any more questions? And there's, in fact, I think what Dr. Khadar spoke about is like a revolution. If the world can really sit up and take notice.
No, we'll make the world to sit up and take notice.
Yes, because many hospitals will go out of business.
That's our objective.
That'll be amazing.
That's our objective. We want to close down the hospitals. There is no need of them. We'll have wellness centers. We'll keep people healthy.
Yes, wellness centers which really care about people's well-being and treat them with kindness.
We will do that. We have the content. We have the model. It is just has to be presented to the people.
Amazing, Khadarji. In fact, I'm thinking this kind of education should be taught in schools.
That way it will take long more time. But let's do it publicly now. See, the school system is hijacked by these corporates. So it's not that easy to get into curriculum and all that. It's a well protected.
I'm curious to know, Dr. Khadar, how did you start off? How did you? True. And there's so much of wisdom behind what you're doing and saying. It's very clear that you are really connected to nature. I'm sure that you must be following some kind of spiritual growth practice. How did you get into this, Dr. Khadar? This awareness?
I don't really have an answer for you. It's God's grace. I mean, it's
Wonderful.
one thing I can claim is I am different. I don't like the set knowledge which doesn't have internal consistency. See, the present day science has no internal consistency, and the ancient wisdom has internal consistency. So that's what my 30 years of experience has made me realize. Of course, if you can ask me, why did I start? How did I start? It is my simple incident of meeting a girl at the age of 6 menstruate. So that's triggered off way back in 1986. My thought process began, oh, there is something wrong here. Because when I see a small girl and the whole world not bothered about it, I mean, something absolutely wrong with the system. Am I right?
Yes.
How can a 6-year-old girl menstruate and nobody talks about it even today?
I believe it's called precocious puberty. I've heard about when children are exposed too much to media and their Annamaya Kosha stage of growth is shrunk, and the Pranamaya Kosha stage of growth starts much earlier than it should. That is when this precocious puberty.
That's because of milk, simple milk.
I see. Oh, amazing. I think there's so much of wealth of not just knowledge of jnana and buddhi behind what you're saying. We'd love to hear more.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sure
will.
many are eager to join your workshop.
That's what we are here for. I mean, absolutely, it's our duty to transform the future, and no one else will come and do. We have to do. It's our job. Transform the systems slowly and steadily.
You're a gift to humanity. Thank you.
We need to do. This is our job. This is not our work. No work. This is our job. If you want life, choose to work towards visualization is not important. It is absolutely creating what you want to the future. And the future is green, only with nature, nothing else.
Yes.
So conserving nature is important.
Wonderful. A lot of thanks for pouring in the chat window. Geeta ji is asking if it's possible to consult with you directly for any health issues. Khadar ji?
Yeah, you can come to Mysuru and connect. You have to take an appointment and come. You can show us. I don't do online. I don't like online consult.
So any hope of you multiplying yourself, like having people in Bangalore and others trained by you?
My daughter is one. Yeah, they have to transform themselves. See, I'm a very small individual. You know, it takes efforts from each and everyone. I believe a lot of people are inspired and a lot of people are transforming. Yeah, I believe. I mean, many people tell me that.
Thousands of Dr. Khadars.
Yeah, we need at least
thousands of Dr. Khadars.
Not Dr. Khadar, thousands of diverse, knowledgeable individuals. Khadar is one. There is, he's not important. It is the knowledge that we need to pass it on to future generations.
Okay.
Khadar is not that
If there's any more questions?
Yeah. Hi, Dr. Khadar. This is Arun Kulkarni this side. I have attended your session in Yelahanka Sheshadripuram College, sir. Around 6 to 8 years ago.
8 years back, yes.
But ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ 6 to 8 years ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ಸೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೆ. ಬರೀ ಟೈಮ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, but it doesn't have any impact on you or your spirit, your energy, your dynamism, your commitment to bring some changes in the society ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗೂ ಅದೇ ಎಂಥೂಸಿಯಾಸಮು, ಅದೇ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅದೇ. ದೇವ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಐಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಹಾಗೆ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಬೇಡ್ಕೋತೀನಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೆ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಮಾನ ತುಂಬಾ ತುಂಬಾ
ಆಯ್ತು
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೆ, ಆಯ್ತು ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Very nice. So, if we don't have any more questions.
No. Ramesh, I think sir has other assignments. Can we end up? Is it okay?
Yeah, certainly. In fact, I was just going to say that if you don't have any more questions, then we'll come to the last section.
Yeah, sure. That's why. So he has other meetings were lined up. That's why.
Karthik, you call me after we close this session, okay?
Sure. Done.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
ಶುಭರಾತ್ರಿ. ನೋಡೋಣ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ I am also eager to come and visit your place.
ಸರ್ವರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸರ್.
Oh, you will love the place, doctor.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, pa. ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಲಿ.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
So I think Dr. Khadar had to go in a hurry. So now we come to the last part of our satsang, which is the Loka Samasta. So on this note of gratitude,
is there a prayer? Is there a prayer?
Yes. Oh, you're still here with us.
I will
yes,
wait.
There is, in fact,
you please do the prayer. I will wait for it.
Okay, wonderful. I was just about to say that. So on this note of gratitude, we come to the last section, which is the Loka Samasta that we always do every week. This is the power of group prayer. Please remember your loved ones, those in your communities who need help, be it in health, relationships, money, and any other area. Remember their names. Remember what ailment they might suffer
prayer,
from, and how you would want them to recover. Also, please send out your prayers to the world at large in this time of war. It needs all the wisdom and higher consciousness that we can send out through our prayers, because we are all interconnected as souls. So please sit straight. Please sit straight with your back, neck, and head aligned. Take a deep breath. And let go. Observe the silence within, which is the language of the soul that connects all of us to the source. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you so much, Dr. Khadar, once again. And thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
Till we meet again next week, same time. God bless you.
God bless.